So anyway, this is a picture. This is not a Photoshop picture. This is actually a picture taken by a kayaker in front of the research institution. And Mbari is located on the unceded land of the Huaynarin and Guacharon peoples. This area was home to a settlement called La Cuesta in the region of Calendaruk, which means ocean home place. The native peoples of this area were taken to Mission San Juan Bautista and Mission San Carlos Borromeo de Carmelo. The native people taken to Mission San Juan Bautista are represented today by the Alma Mutsun tribal band. And we're fortunate enough to be able to work directly with the Alma Mutsun Land Trust to develop this land acknowledgement statement. And to begin with, just so I don't forget, and I actually have another slide at the end too, for any of you interested in doing something this summer, Mbari does have a summer internship program. It's 10 weeks, June, July, and August. It's full-time. The stipend should be around $19 an hour. 2023 will be the 27th year of the program. So we've been running it for quite a while. And we generally have somewhere between 12 and 20 interns at Mbari each summer. Applications are now open and they'll be open until February 7th. And if people have questions about this, I'll be happy to take them at the end as well. And just briefly, since this is a career summit, when people hear ocean sciences, the first thought is marine biology, dolphins or whales usually. And I guess what I'd like to tell all of you that ocean science careers is pretty much anything and everything. You definitely do not need to be a marine biologist. Ocean sciences itself is an integrated science, which means any of the sciences that you're interested in falls within ocean sciences. So that's physics, chemistry, biology, geology, anything. It's all ocean sciences. The ocean covers 70% of the Earth's surface, provides over 95% of the available living space on Earth, and it's an environment and habitat that we still know very little about. And so it's wonderful if you're just interested in exploring as well. Ocean sciences also desperately needs engineers that are interested in working in the ocean and not necessarily in tech. So we need electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, chemical engineers, software engineers. It truly is a discipline that needs everyone to be involved. In addition, we also need students who are interested in things like administration, human resources, accounting, communication, marine operations. It really does take a village to study and learn more about the ocean. And so no matter what your field is, I'm guessing there's probably a place for you in ocean sciences. So in terms of careers, the field is really wide open. So just because you don't think that the ocean is for you, or you don't want to study marine mammals, don't discount ocean sciences as a career option, because we really do need people from all different fields and disciplines. So do think about ocean sciences as in your future. Let's see. And just to give you a little bit more background about myself, I also went to UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. So I'm a Bear and a Bruin, because I went to UCLA for my PhD. When I went to UC Berkeley, like some of you, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do or what I wanted to study. And so I ended up working in botany, mostly because UC Berkeley did not have a marine biology degree at the time. So I became a marine botany major, which means I studied seaweeds. And so my undergraduate degree is actually in seaweeds. But probably most significantly, one of the things that happened when I was at UC Berkeley is I got certified as a scientific diver. And so I got very interested in using scuba for my research. And I still am a diver today. So I still spend as much time as possible in the water learning about the ocean, because I think that's a great way to do it. If you're not interested in being on the water, or if you get seasick, it still doesn't mean you should discount ocean sciences. Turns out a lot of people in ocean sciences get seasick. I get seasick. It doesn't stop me from going out to sea. It just means for the first day or two, I'm usually pretty uncomfortable. One of the things I started with right after college was a biotech firm, because I thought we were going to get rich quickly. This is just the beginning of biotech, and we thought we had a great idea. I still think it's a great idea, but we were unable to really ramp it up. And so the first 6 months after my undergraduate degree, I spent working for a biotech firm that got a lot of money together to get started and then folded fairly quickly. And so that's one of the reasons why I ended up going back to school to get my PhD, because I decided I'd rather do research than keep trying to do biotech. And for my PhD and the rest of my life afterwards, I've started to study gelata. And jellies or gelata cover a whole wide range of different groups of animals. And as you can see here, I don't study anything that has bones. There's a number of reasons for that. One of them being is that animals without bones are a lot easier to catch up to when you're on scuba. You could swim with them, you could study them, you could collect them. Fish and mammals, they swim pretty fast. And so I picked animals that I could actually swim with in order to study. And what I'd like to do is show you a short video about MBARI that will tell you about MBARI and give you an idea of why it's such an integrated field, ocean sciences in general, but MBARI in particular, and hopefully give you a reason to come visit us at MBARI. Is the sound coming through?
Yeah, we can hear it.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1,200 meters.
Everything in the ocean has a story to tell. It's huge, it's dark, it's cold. How do you access this space? Simply by having a presence, you see things that no one has ever seen before. You discover animals that are completely new to science, or phenomenon that no one knew was occurring.
You periodically come across something that is so magnificent that you didn't expect to see, and it's just breathtaking.
Tomorrow the winds will blow, they'll pump nutrients to the surface, and everything about the system will change. Where things are, who's there, how fast they're growing.
We're in a position to be able to share our discoveries and our love of the ocean in ways that were never possible before.
There are no departments of chemistry or biology or engineering for that matter. We are all mixed together, and that's very unique.
Each side can inspire the other to ask challenging questions and come up with innovative answers.
A scientist will know what they're looking for, but the engineer can illustrate the possibilities beyond what the scientist first imagined.
And that's the trick, is understanding those differences in language and how we put them together in order to realize the kind of device that we're trying to build. We marry that science and engineering partnership with our marine operations personnel. And the only way to make all that work is to have a group of dedicated professionals to operate the vessels, to operate the equipment, to recover it. It's really that three-legged stool, science, engineering, operations, that allow us to do the things that we do and work as a team. Oceanography is a contact sport. We have to not only immerse ourselves in that realm, but we also have to acquire material. We have to manipulate that material.
MBARI's here in Moss Landing because of the access to deep water that we can get to so quickly.
If we were to drain Monterey Bay, you would see a canyon equivalent size to the Grand Canyon.
So we get these deep, cold, nutrient-rich waters fertilizing the upper ocean. It gives us an incredible opportunity to understand that connection of the deep sea to our coastlines where most of our fisheries come from.
One of MBARI's guiding principles is to make our measurements in the natural habitat rather than hauling the animals out and studying them in our world.
It's important that discoveries we make have an impact and tackle problems like climate change, like ocean acidification, and exporting that knowledge, making it available to the whole world. One of the really unique things about MBARI is our partnership with the Monterey Bay Aquarium. We have the opportunity to bring fundamental science and technology and marry that with their amazing global reach that communicates important issues about the ocean to the public, to policymakers. We really want to be transformational as opposed to just incremental in the work we do.
Oceanography is in the middle of a robot revolution with platforms that can take us to places we couldn't be, at times we couldn't be there. It's really a fundamental shift in how we think about things.
We have new ways of assessing fisheries, better ways of managing precious resources. We're sitting on this mountain of highly curated information here that was being mined to extract quantitative information like who's there, how many, how do they relate to changes in the environment and so forth.
And that gives us an incredible ability to think about these things at a grand scale and to make those connections that are really challenging, but that's what we need to do.
Just by studying anything in the ocean, you are studying climate change.
The ocean is absorbing a tremendous amount of carbon dioxide and absorbing a lot of the heat that's being produced. And the question is, what does that mean for the ocean? What does it mean for the life that depends on the ocean? And what are the consequences in the future?
How changes at one step have implications through the entire ocean food web and atoms to ecosystems and all the way up to humans on Earth.
I don't know anywhere in the world where you have this confluence of the place of Monterey Bay, the opportunity of science engineering partnership, and the charge to do something that's high risk, long duration, unknown outcomes, and at the end of that, the expectation that you will just share it with everyone. You will essentially give it away.
Every time we answer a question, we have 20 new ones. Often we think we know what's happening, and then the biology surprises us.
It's really amazing how much MBARI has been able to be the ambassador for the open ocean and the deep sea.
That's why MBARI is here. We're supposed to do things that might not be possible by any other approach. I don't imagine there's another place quite like it.
Well, that's a really quick overview of MBARI. We have the reminder, if anybody's interested in the intern program, please do consider applying. We've had some great students from community colleges, including Daniel De Leon. And I'm not going to play this. You can play it for yourself because I am out of time. So I will turn it back over to Stacy.